Actress Annie Potts says that she has been hounded by tabloid reports that she is in poor health. Well, now she comes to ET to set the record straight. Annie says she has been in the hospital for the removal of a benign ovarian cyst, which she calls a very common procedure. But Annie says she's doing fine now, and she could, quoting now, recover quite quickly if the scandal rags would just leave me alone. Our best wishes go out to Annie. We hope to see her out and about in Hollywood real soon. It is the hottest time slot on TV, right next door to Jerry Seinfeld and just downstairs from the docks of ER. NYPD Blues' Sharon Lawrence is the lucky new neighbor. And wait till you find out why Frasier is all fired up.
Jerry, they cannot fire you. You are my assistant.
The premise of Fired Up is simple enough.
I can't believe they fired you.
A pompous executive and her street-smart assistant both get downsized and in desperation move in together in hopes of launching their own business.
It wasn't a dream. I really am poor.
For Sharon Lawrence, getting off the mean streets of NYPD Blue for a starring role as a sitcom comedienne was heady stuff.
And it's certainly a big responsibility, but at the same time, I get to be more of me in a way than I ever got to be on NYPD Blue because it's physical and it's goofy.
Hello.
How do you do?
No one's ever complained.
Some people are just polite.
She's a lot of fun, I have to say. I enjoy the clothes she gets to wear. I enjoy her wit and her rapier-like sense of humor.
Hi, I'm Tom Whitman. You must be Gwen Leonard.
Lending a hand with a guest shot is Kelsey Grammer, who's particularly fired up over the show because he's one of its executive producers.
The name of my company is GramNet Incorporated. I invented that when I was 6 years old. And it means the Grammer Network, specializing in diversification.
Now, y'all got some coffee? I'll tell you what, I'll give you $100 if you can guess how I take it.
Black, cream and sugar.
Nope, I like it with this.
I would certainly encourage viewers to tune in and see another side of him and watch us get physical, and that's all I'm going to say.
Sharon gets all fired up this Thursday on NBC, and you can still see Sharon co-starring on NYPD Blue on ABC. Speaking of ABC, it's also the place to find Halle Berry, Princess Stephanie of Monaco, and the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. They are just a few of the stars scheduled to appear at the 1997 World Music Awards being taped in Monte Carlo on April 17th for broadcast later this season.
He played Brad Pitt's big brother in A River Runs Through It. She was the high school queen who never made it to graduation in the weird TV show Twin Peaks. Together, they are steaming up the big screen in a love story that's too hot even for an R rating. And the controversy over Bliss is the Entertainment Tonight cover story.
Conscious sex that achieves bliss is the greatest healer there is.
It's steamy, it's erotic, it's a movie called Bliss. And it stars Craig Sheffer and Cheryl Lee as husband and wife.
It's a very sensual love story. People immediately focus on sex. It's about sex. Sex, sex, sex. But this movie isn't about that. Do you want to make love?
It's much more a film of sensuality than it is about sex.
Still, it has been branded NC-17, which has raised cries of unfair.
There's no male frontal nudity. There's very little beyond, you know, basically breasts and butts, which is the stuff of many an R-rated movie.
In Bliss, Sheffer is outraged when he learns that Lee is getting physical with her unorthodox sex therapist.
It's not what you think.
I need to understand. He's a sex therapist that practices on the edge of the law.
You know, I'm your husband, for Christ's sakes.
I don't care who you are.
I know you love Maria Joseph. I'm not here to take that away from you.
I want to learn how to heal my wife.
I will teach you and Maria greater pleasure than you imagine possible.
Anytime any piece of art work explores the issues that this film does, you're going to get some controversial opinions.
Bliss producers are fighting to get the rating changed to a more audience-friendly R. Sheffer, who's promoting the movie with these hot shots in the April issue of Detour, maintains that Bliss goes beyond sex.
It's about touching the other person's soul.
I'm terrified of you, but it's because you make me feel so good.
How do you let it go? You look it straight in the eye and risk letting someone love you.
Well, Bliss, rated NC-17 or R, opens May 16th.
39 men and women committed suicide. Now, the last living Heaven's Gate insider explains the cult and the castrations.
The individual needs department. What was that?
Then, celebrities had only one place to go if they wanted to get down in the 70s, Studio 54.
I haven't seen anything quite like it before.
It's a flashback with all the stars boogieing in style. Next on E.T.